Hey, DeterredVictory here, coming at you with a Pegasus level 40 farm deck. It is the easiest deck to make by far. It is a Cerberus build that only has one card that comes from packs, Wonders of the Sky, Pot of Benevolence. I run 3 of them. There's a normal rarity. It's really easy to get from that pack. Everything else is available in-game through standard duelist drops, legendary duelist drops, card trader, and leveling up your characters. Alright, so in order for Cerberus to work against Pegasus, you need to take out Toon World as soon as possible. Alright, so I have 6 cards in this deck that can do that. 3 Armed Ninja, 2 D-Spell, and 1 Gravel Storm. Alright, you want to take out Toon World first turn. There's 2 of them that you'll have to take out throughout the course of the duel, and ideally you take out 1 right away. Let's take a look at where you get these cards exactly. I have 2 Cerberus. Those come from Card Trader. I believe this can still work with 1 even. Armed Ninja, that is a legendary duelist drop. You get it from any legendary duelist level 10, 20, or 30. Really easy to get. Prismatic Blue Eyes, that one was a gift from Konami. I'm not sure if that's still a gift. Like, if a player started today, would they get the Prismatic Blue Eyes? I'm not sure. If not, then you can swap this out for any 2-tribute Glossy monster. Obviously, Prismatic is better, but a 2-tribute Glossy will do just fine as well. Riryoku, that comes from Card Trader as well. Supremacy Berry, that's actually the hardest card in this deck to get. It is a level 40 Tea drop. The deck can work without it. There isn't really a replacement for Supremacy Berry, so if you don't have that from her yet, just leave it out. It should be fine. It's just there to help make sure you survive. D-Spells you get from leveling up Kaiba and Yugi. Those are really easy to get. You see Timidity and Mesmeric Control in here. Those are just here to be spells that are easy to activate. No conditions. You draw it, you activate it right away. You want, ideally, Glossy. I've got Glossy versions of these cards. These drop from standard duelists. So it's really easy to get your hands on. Interchangeable. You can do 2 Timidity, 2 Mesmeric Control. You can use Sparks. There's a lot of options there. Those you can swap around for anything. Wasteland, it's a Glossy field spell. Field spell just because it's another zone on your field that you can put a card in and not clog up your hand or your field. So that's really good. This you can get from Rex. It's a level up, I believe, but that one's not Glossy. But it also drops from Dueling Rex at the gate at any level. Stop Defense, that's a level up from Yugi and Kaiba as well. Seal of the Ancients, that drops from standard duelists. You could swap it out for Abyssal Designator, but I like Seal because it shows you what Pegasus has face down on the field, which is really helpful because there is a couple of cards that you have to play around, so it's better if you know if it's there or not. Windstorm of Etaqua, possibly the second hardest to get, just because you have to level up Mai to level 25. But once you get her there, you get Windstorm of Etaqua. This card is just to help you survive at the beginning while you're waiting for your Cerberus, or a way to get rid of Toon World. It's just that one card to make sure you keep going. Ideally, in my farm decks, I like to put in Enchanted Javelin, but that's from Ultimate Rising, so people don't have access to that anymore. So Windstorm of Etaqua works just as well. You could also swap it out for Death's Counterblow. That is a trap card from Neo Impact. It's where if your opponent attacks you directly, the attacking monster is destroyed. But that's from a pack, and I don't want you to spend gems, so that's why I have Windstorm in here. Then I have Gravel Storm. This is available from the Card Trader. You just need to put in 1. It'll bounce Toon World back to Pegasus' hand, which is less than ideal because you want to destroy Toon World, but when Toon World leaves the field, his toons will be destroyed, so Gravel Storm works fine. You can use it. Otherwise, I would swap it out for Wild Tornado. Except Wild Tornado is another tough one to get. It is a super rare from Valkyrie's Rage, so you could have to spend quite a few gems in order to pull it. But if you have Wild Tornado, definitely include it. I might even use 2 and drop D-Spell down to 1. That's basically the deck. You'll learn more about how it works once we get into some gameplay footage. One last thing before we duel Pegasus. The skill is Sorcery Conduit. Yugi gets this through leveling up. It would also work with Draw Sense Light, but if you use Draw Sense Light, you have to drop Prismatic Blue Eyes and put in Prismatic Dark Magician instead. So let's go take a look at Pegasus and how he deals with this deck. Alright, let's see how this deck works against Pegasus. Alright, good. We drew into 2 ways to get rid of Toon World right off the bat. This is really the safest time to use D-Spell because you don't have a Cerberus out. The reason being, Pegasus runs Judgment of Anubis, which can negate a spell card that would destroy a spell or trap on the field. And then it destroys a monster on your field. Then you take damage equal to that monster's attack, which with Cerberus usually means you instantly lose the duel. And losing Cerberus tends to mean you lose the farm anyways. So I am going to go ahead and use D-Spell. Take care of our first Toon World. He has 1 more, which I'll take care of with Armed Ninja or Gravel Storm. I could do that as well, but so we're going to go ahead and set a card with it, just in case we want to do that. But my plan really is to let him summon Toon World, or activate Toon World, and then I will set Armed Ninja to take care of it. Because Gravel Storm won't destroy it, it'll just give it back to Pegasus, and we'll have to deal with it anyways. So this is the better plan, I think. Something I should have done was waited and let him attack directly with Gemini Elf, because it would activate our Sorcery Conduit and we would have Cerberus already. So right now we just kind of have to hope we draw into it. On the bright side, however, Toon World is not out. We won't have to worry about the second one at all, I think, as long as we don't activate this Gravel Storm. But we're going to see what happens. If I need room, I might have to activate Gravel Storm. Alright, he is going to attack us with that Goblin Attack Force, but that is going to activate our Sorcery Conduit. And I'm going to set Supremacy Berry, because that's going to help us out with that. Keep us alive. Here comes the attack. Gravel Storm will do nothing, so we're not activating that. Alright, Sorcery Conduit. I'm going to get our first Cerberus out of the deck. And we need to get it stronger than Goblin Attack Force, so that means 2 spells. Not actually. I'll set Wasteland. That's what I'll set. I'm going to try and refrain from activating more spells until I have my second Cerberus. Yeah, D-Spell is not... it's not safe. So that card is going to stay in hand, because he does have that Judgment of Anubis. Yeah, he's not doing anything with that. It's not strong enough. I think he just wanted to get him out to get in our way. His effect doesn't matter to us because this is the Cerberus we're going to be attacking with in the end, and he was only blocked for the turn he was summoned, which already happened. I'm going to set Seal of the Ancients. Armed Ninja. I suppose, yeah, I can go ahead and set one of them, see what he does. I believe he's going to attack into it with his Big Tusked Mammoth. He's going to switch it to attack mode next turn and attack our face down, which is fine. Yeah, there it is. Let's see what card we want to take a look at. Definitely not destroying one of my cards. There's Mythical. Which means getting rid of another Toon World right now would be bad for us. But here is the second Cerberus. We're going to go ahead and summon him, and we can now activate all the spells we want, except for the ones that we saved for endgame, which are Riryoku and Stop Defense. But even those we could activate if we really had to, because Pot of Benevolence and just put them back in our deck. So when you Seal of the Ancients, look at all of his face-down cards. Alright, Judgment of Anubis, Mythical. Wild Tornado we don't have to worry about. He won't even use it on Wasteland because it's not benefiting me. Although we could use Gravel Storm to bounce Judgment of Anubis back, but then he'll just activate his other Toon World. Yeah, I don't want that. Definitely don't need to deal with that right now. So it's Gravel Storm's gonna stay for the rest of the game. we do want to get Seal of the Ancients back. So we're gonna, when you use Pot of Benevolence, you can use it 3 times in the duel, and each time you have to use it a specific way. It doesn't matter the order you use it, but as long as one time you return 2 cards from your grave to your deck, 2 cards from his grave to his deck, and then 1 card from each grave to the deck. It'll make sure that he does not deck out before you, and it'll maximize your spell card usage. So right now, we'll use this as the 2 cards back to my deck. Seal of the Ancients and 1 free activation spell card. And then when we return 1 card to the deck, to each deck, that's when we have to use Seal of the Ancients as well, because we want to get under 1,000 life points for that bonus. So that usage of Pot of Dichotomy has to wait until we have Seal of the Ancients again. Alright, Pot of Benevolence. We could use it right now for his grave. Might as well, because it's going to have to happen at some point. So why not now? Something we are going to want to do near the end is set Armed Ninja, so we have tribute fodder for Blue Eyes. But we don't need to do that right now. I think it was still trying to attack it. The only way it won't switch things to attack mode is once I have lethal. So once one of these Cerberus gets strong enough, right now I'd have to get to 6,000 in order for him to not switch to attack mode to try and kill my stuff. Or it definitely will if it would mean beating me immediately. So that's something to look out for too. Alright, yeah, we'll go ahead and end. Waiting for Seal of the Ancients. And the last Pot of Benevolence. Can't activate that yet. I'm going to go ahead and set it. There it is. So we're going to look at his cards one more time. You know what we could use Gravel Storm? We can use it on the last turn to get rid of Judgment of Anubis, and then we get a free D-spell out of it. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to save it for last turn. Remember to bounce that middle card. At this point, we can use Pot of Benevolence. I'm going to put back Seal of the Ancients, and then one of his cards. I never give him back Toon World, because I don't want to see it again. He wouldn't be able to activate it, because he's already not able to activate his second Toon World, but he doesn't get to have the one in the grave back. We're not giving it to him. Also, try not to give him Toon Cannon Soldier, because he can use that to beat us right away as well. Alright, hand's good for now. Windstorm of Etaqua. Ooh. No, that's fine. I was thinking you do want to try and get 1 trap activation in, because you get 100 points for activating a trap, and plus another 100 if it happens to be glossy, which neither of these are. But if you're able to have a glossy trap like Enchanted Javelin in there, Death's Counter Blow, then you would want to activate that for sure. I don't think I have to worry about any attacks coming from him, so I'm not gonna put Windstorm down. I'm gonna discard it. It's looking like we've got this farm in the bag, but I've said that in the past and failed farms still, so it's not over till it's over. Free spell activation. We do have 1 card left in deck. That means 1 more turn. So Armed Ninja is going down right now. He shouldn't be switching to attack mode to attack it, because then I can just use Cerberus to beat him. Alright, because Armed Ninja is glossy, I am going to flip summon it, get those glossy bonus points. Select any of his back rows. None of them will be destroyed because they're all traps, and Armed Ninja only gets spells. Alright, so this is one we're going to do. We're going to set Dispel and activate Gravel Storm. Although I could bounce Wasteland. That's exactly what I'm going to do, because I can activate it again for more more spell counters for Cerberus. Let's go ahead, activate Wasteland again. Activate Dispel, either of those cards in the back row. We have nothing to worry about right now. Seal of the Ancients one last time. Stop defense on this bad boy over here. Lowest attack points, 1900, but every point matters. Now Riryoku. Power up our Cerberus. And then the very last thing you do in the farm, very last thing before attacking, is summon out the blue eyes. And not using blue eyes to attack, you're only using Cerberus, but we're getting the over 10,000 damage. We should get a lot of dual assessment points here because everything went pretty much perfectly. Could not have gotten much better than that. So comeback victory, low life points cards on the brink, prismatic, glossy, 10,000, spell, trap, tribute summon, exactly 8,000 points, you guys. Not bad. Let's just get a quick look at what it multiplies to. 144,000. So that's basically how the deck works. It's not going to work every time, but there's no farm deck that's 100%. I do want to take this moment, though, to say that if you need to swap out Pot of Benevolence, then I recommend putting in 2 more Seal of the Ancients. Failing that, Abyssal Designator works as well. You can also put Murmur of the Forest in there. That is a card trader card that bounces a field spell to your hand. So you bounce Wasteland, activate it again, and get extra counters on Cerberus. But that's pretty much all you need to know. Leave any questions in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe for more easy-to-build farm decks in the future. Other than that, just remember, when you play with me, you never lose, because a loss is nothing more than a deterred victory.